and she's crying and she's doing everything. But turns out homegirl cheated to win. This is so awkward. This is so awkward. So, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. No, I'm not doing that. Cut. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, I am going to start doing Bachelor recaps because yes, I am part of Bachelor Nation and I love watching The Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise. It just happened, guys. It just happened. I can't help myself. Since I love watching it so much, I've decided I'm gonna start doing YouTube videos about my thoughts and reactions about each episode and each week. Week 1, Peter is here. He wasn't my first choice because of course Mike could have been the first Black Bachelor, and I'm all here for my people, and you know, I want to see that, but they picked Pilot Pete, and now that I'm watching it, which I think happens to me all the time because I wasn't a big fan of Hannah at first, and now I love her pretty much out of all the bachelorettes we've had. Hannah's my favorite. So Peter, now I'm like, okay, skeptical. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna watch it, but I knew I was gonna watch it. And I started watching it and I'm noticing Peter's such a sweetheart. That's what's selling me on Peter. Out of all the bachelors I've watched, he's genuinely the sweetest. He's just the most genuine guy, and that's the key word of week 1's episode: genuine. The amount of times these ladies said he's so genuine, he's just genuinely finding love, he's just genuine this, genuine that, and I'm like, I get it, but gosh, ease up on the genuine. We get it, Peter is a good guy. So all these ladies are coming in and I'm just like, wow, Peter's really lucky. Girl after girl stepping out the limo, I was like, ooh, she's a baddie. Ooh, she look good. Ooh, she a bad, and these dresses and everything. So the night goes on, we're starting to learn people's personalities and seeing how they act. And of course, there always has to be that one person that has to be that aggressor, that has to be aggressive and wants to cut people off all the time. I am not a fan of the people that cut people off. You know, I'm not here for people that interrupt other people's time. I get, you want to spend time with that person, that's cool, but it's also shows something about your character if you can be respectful to other females. You know what I'm saying? So Hannah, she's that girl that likes to cut people off. So she did it the first time. I was like, okay, it's kind of cute, I get it, she's going after what she wants, cool. She did the second time. I'm like, girl needs to slow down, slow her roll, it's getting a little bit too much. But sis went back for a 4th time? That rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, 4 is too much. And then the 4th one was to get a kiss. And Peter's been kissing every female that night. He wants to be the new kissing bandit. I was like, okay. So they kissed and I was just like, Hannah Ann, I was rooting for her. I was like, oh, she gonna be in the finals. She probably still will be. But I was really rooting for her. I was gonna put my backing on her. But just the way she did the whole going in all the time, that kind of threw me off. And of course, Hannah Ann got the first impression rose, which everyone wants, but she's the one that got it. So now we move on to the first group date. The first group date, they did a cute little thing, cause you know, Peter's pilot, I couldn't remember the name for a second. So they did a pilot course or whatever. So the ladies had to do different training lessons to win time with Peter to go flying in a plane. They had to do this obstacle course. Well, the tea is, what's her name? There's a girl on the show, right? That knew him before the show. They met at a hotel before the show. And she was one of the final 3 in the competition to win the alone time. So selfishly, I want her to get it because the whole backstory they have is kind of interesting. But turns out homegirl cheated to win. Homegirl skipped the whole course and just went in a straight line all the way to Peter. And the girl she was going up against was like, girl, you cheating. And she was just like, I'm sorry. I'm like, you know what you're doing. Stop. She went up on the flight with him, and it looked like a really like cute moment. Like it looks just so natural and genuine. Since they had like that chemistry already, we know they have that chemistry off bat. So it was like, it was a cute moment. So now we're going to the rose part, and they do not like her. Sis now has a target on her back because she cheated. So girls are like talking about in the back like she shouldn't have done that, da, 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 da. So she goes to have time with him tonight, and we find out that they're in the same hotel that they met a month before The Bachelor started filming. And they're like, oh my gosh, so shocked. And I'm like, producers, y'all know what y'all was doing. You guys know what you were doing. Because it made for the tea, it made for the stir in the pot. Because when the ladies found out, they were like, this is the hotel that you guys met at? Like, and they didn't find out until Peter gave her the rose at the end of the night. Now, on to the first single day of week 1. This date, the girl stepped out. I'm sorry, I don't know the names yet. You know, we just started, so don't quite remember her name. But she steps out, and she is gorgeous. She looks beautiful. Peter took her to his home. Now, these kind of dates, I'm usually like skeptical of because it's so soon, and she's meeting the family. But not only she's meeting the family, she's being involved in such a monumental moment for the family, which is his parents' vow renewal. She gonna be in pictures for years to come. If she doesn't win, it's just an awkward look. Putting that aside, it was a beautiful date. Like, the vow renewal was beautiful. Everything was really nice. She was great with the parents, because that's another thing when you're like bringing someone to meet the parents so early on. It might be a little bit awkward. She might be shy, but sis, she knew what to say. She embraced them, open arms. They embraced her. It looked like a good fit. So I was like, okay, if she can handle this and tackle this so early on, she's up in the front running for me. Like, I put her up there, and I was like, she's a good pick to make it to the finals, because usually when you have a good first date, that person lasts for a while. So she succeeded. Like, that date was great. Moving on to the final group date. The girls are pumped. They're walking up to this like theater place. They walk in, they see a windmill on the stage, and they see a figure standing in black. I said, oh no, this better not be what I think it is. And then that light illuminates the figure, and it's no other person but Hannah B. Now, Hannah B showed up on night 1. I was like, oh, Hannah B? She want to be a part of the show? But she just came to return his wings that he had given to her. So I was like, oh wow, she's really closing the door. She's closing the chapter. She's accepted that it can no longer happen. She made a mistake. She missed out on Peter, but she realizes he's on a new path now. He's on a new journey. I'm gonna let him move on, and I'm gonna move on. So I was like, beautiful, great. That was a great way to do it. So she starts talking about Peter and her time in the windmill. And I'm like, this is so awkward. And Peter could not stop saying it. He could not stop saying, this is so awkward. This is so awkward. This is so awkward. I was like, Peter, you're making it worse. Stop saying this is so awkward. All the girls are thinking it. They don't need you saying it too. But she finishes her story about them doing it in the windmill 4 times. And then tells the ladies they have to share a sex story in front of a live audience. The girls aren't happy to see Hannah again. They're like, why is she here again? You know, like, you came the first night. Like, sis, do you have feeling? What's going on? I'm thinking, no, sis, don't have feelings, because sis should have made that known the first night. And then if it was so, come on the show, right? So I'm like, no, they just want to use her for this, you know, for this moment. Cut to Hannah and Peter in a dressing room start talking, and Hannah's starting to open up about how she still had feelings for him and she didn't know if he had feelings for her. And I'm just like, Hannah, no, I know you need to stay true to yourself, but your time was to say that the first night. You can't come up now in the show and want to say this to him. Like, I feel like that's messed up. Like, you're messing with his head now. And she's crying and she's doing everything. And I'm like, all this mascara underneath her eyes for what? Anybody ever heard of waterproof mascara? Like, that's all I wear. I only wear waterproof mascara because you ain't gonna catch me out in these streets with raccoon eyes. Not I. I don't care. I'm always prepared in case I need to cry, in case water gets on me. I am not gonna be out in these streets with all this black smudge underneath my eyes. It's just not gonna be me. So if she knows she's going in a potentially emotional situation, why would they not give her waterproof mascara? Why would she not ask for waterproof mascara? Was it to be all dramatic? But now you just look a mess, honey, because like, it's already dramatic enough. We know you're crying. We don't need to see the evidence with the black mascara smudge underneath your eyes. I think it's horrible for her to put Peter in this situation because obviously he has feelings for her, and it's just hard because he's trying to move on. And now he has all these women that are looking to find a connection with him. He can't just drop everything for you, Hannah, and fly off anywhere. He can't do that. That's messed up. So you missed your chance. Like, and if you really want it, then all you can do now is come on the show. But I still think that's a bad look. Like, I don't think that's something you would do, and I don't think that's something you should do. I think you're okay and you're gonna move on. And that's why that guy kind of made that song about you. Like, Alabama Hannah, you gonna be all right. You gonna be all right, sis. You a beauty queen and you a dancing star. Like, move on. Like, let Peter do him, right? And if it really is so powerful, maybe after he's went through all these experiences with these girls and he doesn't find a connection as strong as yours, then in the end he might come back to you. But he has to go through this experience and seeing if his wife is here before he just skips out and goes to you. Like, that's not fair to him. So of course, to be continued, and we will see what happens next week. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.